Hey, welcome back to another word of advice video. And for today's video, again, talking about subjects which relates to you, me, and everyone else, I wanted to talk about something which all of us can relate to, obviously, when it comes to choosing our friends. And this is actually going to be a video which will kind of segue into what I'm planning to talk about next in the next few videos. When it comes to making choices, you know, in this life we all get to make choices about what we want to do for our career, or some cases what kind of gift we want to buy for ourselves or for someone else, or in this case, when it comes to choosing your friends. And I want to start off by I want to recall a statement which my father told me, and I think a couple other people have told me in life. The saying is, you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. And the meaning behind that saying is that you have the choice to choose whatever friends, whatever people you meet to be friends with in your life. You have that decision. And you can pick your nose, but obviously that's kind of gross. But then when it comes to the saying, in that part when it says you can't pick your friend's nose, what that's saying is you cannot choose the friends that your friend wants to make. You basically can't tell another person, and you can't control them by saying you shouldn't be friends with this person and this person, but you should be friends with that person and that person. In the end, the final decision comes down to all of us individually when it comes to the friends that we want to make. And I know at times this may seem a little bit tougher if, you know, when drama happens and maybe other friends have a negative opinion of someone. Like, let's say, for example, that you meet someone cool, and you know you started to get along with them really well, and then another old friend of yours comes along, someone you've known for a while, and they have an opinion about the new person you just met. Let's say, for example, that you just became friends with someone who used to date another friend of yours. Well, if those two people have broken up and they don't really like each other, maybe your older friend's going to say something negative about that new person you just met. That's where things can get kind of conflicting, and that's just one example over that. I've had friends like that before, and I can say that it's not always easy when an older friend of mine has said something negative about someone I want to be friends with. However, they have a past with another friend of mine. If all this makes sense or not, the point is, we have the decision individually to choose who we want to be friends with. And yeah, maybe not every single person that you know will agree with the choices you make when it comes to your friends, but you have that choice individually. And heck, sometimes when you decide to maintain those relationships with people, whether it's easy or not, there can be some really awesome friendships developed in the process. Heck, I remember my father used to work with one guy in their business together for many years. His name was John, and I got to know John throughout the time he lived, and you know, I could tell that John was the kind of guy who had a very strong personality. Once he made an opinion, he would usually stick with that opinion, and sometimes when he spoke to you, he would be kind of stern. And my father, excuse me, my father once stated that many people my father knew did not like John because of his personality and because of his opinions. But my father decided to maintain his relationship with John, and they were good friends for years and years and years. That's an example of what I was talking about when it comes to maintaining a friendship with someone, even if other people may not like that person so much. And I could say that even though some of my father's friends did not like John, my father and John were still great friends for many, many years, and I think my father did not regret at all maintaining his relationship with a person like John. That's just an example of that right there, and something to think about in your life if you ever meet someone like that. You know, they may not be received well by other people, but maybe you've got a good friendship going there. And who knows if you could even be helping out that person, because maybe you are one of the only friends that that person has in their life. Something to think about. Now lastly, one thing that I want to throw in there when it comes to choosing friends is just, well, my advice is choose your friends wisely. You know, there are a lot of cool people out there in the world, and then there are also some really uncool people out there in the world. And some people could either be two-faced, so they may be kind to your face, but then they may act differently when you're not in the picture. And then there are also people who are dangerous or threatening or could have some kind of criminal past which they're trying to keep out of the way from you. Choose your friends wisely, because you don't want to end up with the wrong group of people who could pull you into the kind of lifestyle, or you don't want to end up with the wrong group of people who could just pull you into the wrong place at the wrong time. Me, I've always chosen friends who are good to me, and you know, I also have some friends who are not as well received by other people, but I have tried to choose my friends wisely, and that's had a lot of good results for me. And I hope that has great results for you as well. Also, if there are some other friends in your life, older friends in your life who may know someone who is trying to hide something from you, you know, think about what your older friend may have to say. You know, some older friends may not be controlling you. They may want to help you in some cases, so you don't get pulled into the wrong group of people, or you don't get pulled into the wrong place at the wrong time by one individual. That's never fun, and no one likes to get in trouble or get hurt because they're hanging with the wrong group of people. In the end, it all comes down to your choice when it comes to who you want to be friends with. In the end, if there's anything I can say, just number one, you have that decision in the end. And number two, choose your friends wisely. If you do, I think you'll see a lot of great results. I know I have in my life, and I know a bunch of other friends who have had great results doing the same thing. So overall, this is all I have to say for this word of advice video, and I certainly hope what I've had to talk about in this video has made sense and will be helpful for you. I wish you the best of luck in your life when it comes to making new friends and maintaining your friendships with people. Be sure to come back for another word of advice video very soon.